This video tutorial will show you how to configure WordPress for SEO. So the first screen we're on here is the permalink settings. This is the first thing we need to do when we want to make WordPress have better. By default, we get this strange question mark p equals 123. So I want to change that to post name and just delete that section there and just make sure you've got that code like that. Save the changes, and that's your permalink setup. What this means, it's going to give you a nice URL structure. So when we go onto any page, we see it's giving us a nice URL, a pretty URL we call them. The next thing we need to do is decide on the main URL of the website and what that was going to look like. So come over into the general settings. So you've got two options here. You can either have www. or without the www. I always leave it without. I don't know if that's actually any better for SEO, but that's what I do. It's just less things to type in. However, whatever we've set here, we need to make sure that this is also reflected in the Google Webmaster Tools. So I'm just going to log into the Google Webmaster Tools. This site hasn't yet been set up on Webmaster Tools, so I'm going to add this site. And then we just need to verify that the Webmaster Tools. We need to go into take the HTML meta tag, copy that, come back over into the SEO plugin, paste that code there, save the settings. We then come back to verify, click on verify. It says congratulations, you have now successfully verified ownership of this domain. So we continue. And what this will do, this will now allow us to start seeing other information. But what we just need to do at the moment is check out our configuration settings and just make sure we're displaying the URL as this, or whatever we've set in WordPress. So we can save that. I think we might, because I've only just verified the domain, it may take a little bit of time for this to kick in, so it's probably why it's giving me this error message. So I'll come back to this later. Okay, so now we're going to get into the meat of the SEO tutorial, and what we're going to focus on now is titles. So the title, if we just go into do a Google search, so courses, the title of a page is this section here. So this is what is the title, is what we mean by the title of any page. When we're talking about SEO titles, this is what we mean. So within WordPress, if we want to edit the title of any page, if we go into this page, for example, the About page, we go to edit the page, come down to the Yoast SEO box here, and we can see we've got an SEO title. So here we can change this to a more relevant page title, for example. So for example, you could either leave this as what that is, but if it was just about, then you may want to change that to about revision courses, for example. That might make more sense. And then just simply hit the update button. So that allows you to change the titles of on your SEO. So what will be displayed in Google. Quick note about titles. The search engines place more importance on the words that become at the beginning. So in actual fact, looking at this title, we may want to change this to revision courses, then about. That might make more sense. So that could make more sense from a sort of SEO point of view. You put the most important words first, and then the least important words last. So you could just structure it that way. That might make more sense. And also, when people are actually looking at titles, if we look at Google, we can see all these lists of titles. The first thing we look at are the first few words. So it does make sense to put the most important stuff first. For example, see here we've got the. That's probably not that important there. So here we've got revision courses and tutoring. They're really important for SEO. Revision courses and tutoring for GCSE. So that's quite a well written title. If you want to learn more about writing good titles, you can watch the Aaron Wall video over at SEO Book, and there's also more tutorials about SEO and writing titles on SEO Moz, which is also a very good source of search engine optimization. It's worth checking out their blog, and every Friday there's a new video released about SEO. So it's worth, if you want to educate yourself more about SEO, it's worth looking at that site. Now, I've already shown you how to individually edit titles per page, but we can also change the titles site-wide. And to do that, we come over to our SEO plugin, we come on to Titles and Metas section. And here we've got, here we go, post types. This is where we can change how our title displays by default. So if we just go to the website and look at one of the pages which has not been edited, at the top we can see this is the current way we've got this one set up. So we've got our page title, or by default it takes the page title there, and then we have the name of the website. So we'll just come back here. So there we've got the title, the page, and then we've got a separator between that. So that's that little, where are we? Got like a dot, a space in between. I'll just show you that on another tab here. So here's the separator. So we've got page title, separator, and then the title of the website. And that's probably one of the way you want to keep it, and there's probably no need to change that. If you want to look up more about the specific codes and the way you can switch things around here, look on the original Yoast SEO Plugin website. So if you go to there's an article on here, the yoast.com website. It tells you all about the titles and which ones you can use and what they do. And also just in general tells you all about the plugin, so you can, if you prefer to read through all of this, then you can do that too. Although we have the plugin optimized for site-wide, so here we've already done this stuff here, it is a good idea to get in the habit of actually optimizing individual pages like I just showed you before. So get in the habit of using the Yoast SEO box here on each page and making it more relevant to each page. A few best practices around titles. It's a good idea to always have your brand somewhere in there. So at the end is usually the best place for that. They should always contain the keyword that you're trying to optimize for, clearly. So this one here, we've got fees, so we may want to change this to course revision fees, for example. That might make more sense. So we'll generate an SEO title. That just copies the current one, and then we'll just add on to this. So we'll say course revision fees, or revision course fees. You know, could even put maybe, so we could either put GCSE, make it more specific. Yeah. And it's also just, you know, people are going to see this title, so we want to encourage them to click. So you may want to use a variation of bold letters and just try different things to see what works best for you. Okay, so now we've gone through our titles. We've got a fairly decent title for this page. What we want to do now is optimize the description. So here we've got the default description, and it looks a little bit maybe doesn't make too much sense when you're looking at that in a search engine. So it would be a good idea to edit this to something that made more sense. So let's have a bash at this. Okay, so I've had a go at editing the description here to make it a little bit more SEO friendly. So here we now have revision course fees for Revise UK courses, one-day workshops, and two-day courses for English, Maths, Science, History, and French GCSEs. So there, I'm sure you would agree that's much better than what we had before, which was just taking some default information from the top. That now clearly makes a bit more sense to the reader and to the search engine when it's when people are looking for searching for this revision courses. One other thing, the last thing you may want to do is put a call to action here. So you could put a phone number or a click to find out more information, just to entice people to encourage them in. Or maybe you want to put some information about 10% discount, for example, just something to, you know, make it a bit more compelling for people to click on. And just remember to update the page once you've finished with the SEO. Okay, so one thing I haven't spoken about yet are images for SEO. And the way we optimize images for SEO, once we've inserted the image, we go to the edit image section, and what we need to do is type in the correct alternate text and also give it a good title. So for example, we've got the default stock image here. Now we want to rename that to be a bit more relevant, so we call this what should we call this? So we'll just call it Revise UK Staff at Work. I'm not saying that's the best title, maybe not the best from an SEO point of view, but you get the idea. Giving a good description, a good alternative text, is going to help you get up in the search engines, and just helps. It also helps people that have got screen readers. So if you give a good descriptive title, the alternate text is the most important bit, but really want to do both. So if you can do the title and the alternate text, they shouldn't necessarily be the same, but you get the idea. So just update that when you're finished, and that's how you do SEO on photos.